Join Africa's largest trade and investment fair in South Africa. Intra-African Trade Fair gives you access to more than 1,100 exhibitors and 10,000 visitors and buyers and more than 5,000 conference delegates. More than 55 countries participate in trade and investment deals worth $40 billion as business and government come together to explore business and networking opportunities at the international exhibition. Brought to you by the African Export-Import Bank and their premium partners, the IATF2021 Transforming Africa.
Markus, welcome to 6 African Trade Talks. How are you?
Thank you very much. I'm very well.
Thank you. Markus, can you describe the nature of your business?
Bosch is a leading global supplier of technology and services and has been present in Africa since 1906 through its network of partners and distributors. In 1965, Bosch established its firm-owned subsidiary in Africa in Joburg in South Africa. And since 2010, Bosch has expanded its footprint in Africa and established locations in 13 countries by now. Today, all 4 Bosch business sectors, namely mobility solutions, industrial technology, consumer goods, and energy and building technology, have operations on the continent.
That's a great history. Thank you very much for sharing. What are the company's short and long-term goals?
The Bosch Group's strategic objective globally and in Africa is to deliver innovations for connected life. Bosch improves quality of life worldwide with products and services that are innovative and spark enthusiasm. In short, Bosch creates technology that is invented for life, also and in particular in Africa, and that always goes hand in hand with products and services for Africa, local value add, and that will obviously also bring jobs and local innovation.
Thank you very much for sharing. Describe the African market for you.
Africa is going through some dynamic changes with the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area, hopefully. The implementation will take time, I think everyone is sure of that, but in particular when considering the lack of energy and overall infrastructure, there are still a lot of challenges that we need to tackle and that also that Bosch can provide solutions for. The potential for development of the automotive industry in Africa is a ray of sunshine that brings along economic growth, jobs, and raising the standards of living. Our biggest challenge with an underdeveloped automotive industry in Africa in the aftermarket is the sheer volume of variants and makes and models, as many vehicles have been imported from all over the world, just to give you an example. This provides a huge challenge as we do not really know which replacement parts are needed in which country, again leading to a lot of fake parts or old refurbished parts, to a certain degree leading to road unworthy vehicles on African roads. Over the past few years, the overall standard of living is increasing in Africa, however, with higher demand for goods such as motor vehicles. In order to develop the automotive industry in Africa, the full value chain across the life cycle of a vehicle needs to be in place and needs to be put in place. This is to address the needs of the motorists from provision of vehicles, hopefully manufactured in country or at least in Africa, to parts and services until the end of life and recycling in a sustainable world.
How do you expect the automotive show and forum at the Intra-Africa Trade Fair in Durban to support your goals?
As much as Bosch is a global brand, our brand recognition remains relatively low in many parts and consumer segments of Africa. Generally, consumers recognize the brand from our consumer product ranges. However, the same is more limited as far as our core automotive business is concerned. Again, however, Bosch as a technology company has played a pivotal role in the motor industry through development of technology, parts, diagnostic solutions, and service, both for the OEM as well as the aftermarket sectors. So our objective at the show is to connect with key partners and develop long-term mutually beneficial relationships in the overall development of the African continent, again, as I said, to provide prosperity and jobs to all Africans.
It's interesting to know that with your history on the continent, you're still putting a lot, especially now that there's the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. Bosch is a powerful brand on our continent, so it's great to know that there's support from big brands like Bosch. How significant is the African Trade Agreement and why? How significant, let me just take that on again. How significant is the African Free Trade Agreement and why?
Significant job creation in Africa will only happen through industrialization, in particular in modern industries such as the automotive industry. However, for that to happen and to make an automotive industry sustainable in Africa, one needs a multiple of the currently produced number of circa 1 million vehicles per year, which are essentially assembled today in Morocco and South Africa only. The African Association of Automotive Manufacturers, and also we as Bosch, believes that Africa would be good for at least 5 million vehicles produced and sold in Africa in the midterm, with further growth prospects in the long term. However, for that to happen, the markets need to be big enough. No single country in Africa is a market on its own, not now, not in 5 years' time, is able to sustain an automotive industry. It is therefore of paramount importance that, similar to the EU with its automotive industry, Africa becomes a single market for the automotive sector. And that is, from our perspective regarding the automotive sector, what the African Continental Free Trade Area and its agreement is about.
Join Africa's largest trade and investment fair in South Africa. Intra-African Trade Fair gives you access to more than 1,100 exhibitors and 10,000 visitors and buyers and more than 5,000 conference delegates. More than 55 countries participate in trade and investment deals worth $40 billion as business and government come together to explore business and networking opportunities at the international exhibition. Brought to you by the African Export-Import Bank and their premium partners, the IATF2021 Transforming Africa.